Hello fellow travelers, my name is SG and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be continuing on with Dante Canto 26. The last time we saw Virgil and Dante, they were watching as a lizard, or two lizards were changing into one dragon, and just Dante referring to how hideous and how shocking it was for him. And so we're going to continue from there on. Real quick, if you would please subscribe and like down below, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get started. Rejoice, O Florence, since thou art so great, that over sea and land thou beatest thy wings, and throughout hell thy name is spread abroad. Among the Thebes 5 citizens of thine, like these I found whence shame comes unto me, and thou nearby to no great honor rises. But if when morn is near our dreams are true, feel shalt thou in a little time from now, what Prato, if none other, craves for thee, and if now it were not too soon, would that it were, seeing it needs must be, for 'twill aggrieve me more the more I age. We went our way, and went along the stairs, and Bore had made us to descend before, remounted my conductor, and drew me, and following the solidarity path, among the rocks and ridges of the crag, the foot without the hand sped not at all. Then sorrowed I, and sorrow now again, when I direct my mind to what I saw, and more my genius curb than I am wont, that it may run unless virtue guide it, so that if some good star or better thing have given me good, I may myself not grudge it, as many of the hymned, who on the hill rest at the time, when he who lights the world his countenance keeps least concealed from us, while as the fly gives place unto the gnat, seeth the glow worms down along the valley, perchance where he ploughs and makes his vintage, with flames of manifold, resplendent, all was the 8th Bolgia, as I grew aware as soon as I was where the depth appeared, and such as he who with the bears avenged him, beheld Elijah's chariot, at departing, what time the steeds to heaven erect uprose. For with his eye he could not follow it, so as to see aught else than flame alone, even as a little cloud ascending upward. Thus each along the gorge of the entrenchment was moving, for not one reveals the theft, and every flame a sinner steals away. I stood upon the bridge uprisen to see, so that if I had seized not on a rock, down and I fell without being pushed. And the leader, who beheld me so attent, exclaimed, "Within the flames the spirits are. Each watcheth himself with the wherewith he burns." "My master," I replied, "by hearing thee, I am more sure, but I am surmised already. It might be so, and already wish to ask thee, who is within the fire, which comes so cleft at top, it seems uprising from the pyre? Where was Eteocles, with his brother placed?" He answered me, "Within there are tormented Ulysses and Diamond, and thus together they unto vengeance run as unto wrath. And there within their flames do they lament the ambush of the horse, which made the door whence issued forth the Romans' gentle seed. Therein is swept the craft, for which being dead Demedia still deplores Achilles, and pain for the Palladium there is born." "If they within those sparks possess the power to speak," I said, "thee, master, much I pray, for pray that the prayer be worth 1,000, that thou make no denial of awaiting unto the honored flame shall hither come. Thou seest that with desire I lean towards it." And he to me, "Worthy is thy entreaty of much applause, and therefore I accept it. And take heed that thou tongue restrain itself. Leave me to speak, because I have conceived that which thou wishest, but they might disdain perchance, since they were Greek discourse of thine." When now the flame had come on to that point, where to my leader it seemed time and place after the fashion, did I hear him speak, "O ye who are twofold within one fire, if I delivered of you while I was living, if I deserved of you, or much or little, when in the world I wrote the lofty verses, do not move on, but one of you declare whither, being lost, he went away to die. Then of the antique flame the great horn, murmuring, began to wave itself about, even as a flame doth which the wind fatigues. Therefore the summit to and fro, moving as if it were the tongue that spake, it uttered once forth a voice, and said, When I from circle was departed, who concealed me more than year there near unto Getia, and ever yet Aniesa named it so, not nor fondness for my son, not reverence for my old father, nor the due affection which joyous should have made Penelope, could overcome within me the desire to have to be experienced of the world, and of the vice and virtue of mankind. But if I put forth on the height open sea, with one sole ship, that small company by which I never had deserted been, both of the shores I saw as far as Spain, far as Morocco, and the Isle of Sandres, the others which the sea bathes round about. I and my company were old and slow, when at the narrow passage we arrived, where Hercules has landmarks set as signals. The man no further onward should adventure. On the right-hand side behind me left I Civelle, and on the other hand already had left Ceuta. O brothers, who amid the 100,000 perils, I said, have come unto the west, to this so inconsiderable vigil, which is remaining of your senses still, be ye unwilling to deny that knowledge, following the son of the unpeopled world, considering ye the seed from which ye sprang, ye were not made to live like unto brutes, but for the pursuit of virtue and of knowledge. So eager did I render my companions with this brief exhortation for the voyage, that then I hardly could have held them back. And having turned our stern unto the morning, we of the oars made wings for our mad flight, evermore gaining on the labourer's side. Already all the stars of the people polled, the night beheld an hour so very low, I did not arise above the ocean floor. 5 times rekindled, and as many quenched, had been the splendours underneath the moon, since we had entered into the deep pass, when there appeared to us a mountain, dim from distance, and it seemed to me so high as I had never any one beheld. Joyful we were, and soon it turned to weeping, for out of the new lands a whirlwind rose, and smote upon the fore part of the ship. 3 times it made her whirl with us the waters. At the 4th time it made the ship's stern uplift, with the prow downward go, so pleased another, until the sea above us closed again. Alright, now that we've read chapter, let's talk about it, shall we? In this one, Dante has finally made it to the lower level, the 8th Bolgia of the lower level. And there he notices that there are 2 pillars of flames, and behind them are 2 soldiers of the Trojan War, Ulysses and Diamond. There he wants to talk to one of them. He wants to know what's going on, because these are people of myth and legend. So Virgil goes down and asks them if they would like to say something. Ulysses claims he wants to say something. He wants to talk to Dante and tell him his story of how him and his ship of people have passed, or at least a great tragedy that occurred. So then we end there with them talking about the ship in the Atlantic Ocean, or known as the Forbidden Sea, being capsized. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this chapter. It was pretty okay. I like it. And we'll be continuing on. We're almost to the end of the book, so let's just keep on trudging, shall we? Or tugging, shall we? If you like this chapter, please leave a like, subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it myself. And I hope to see you guys again next time. See you next time.